maybe I brought this upon myself, right? Because last week I was like, I'm kind of out of ideas. I don't know what video to make next. Maybe I'll just skip it for this week. And then I guess my car heard me and I was like, don't worry, bro, I got you. Here's a new sound. Here's a new check engine light. Go figure that out. My car really tested me, huh? That's how you get traded in. Chipotle for breakfast. Much health. Very diet. So riddle me this. What constitutes as breakfast? Is it something that you have to eat before like 12 p.m. or is it your first meal of the day? Because sometimes I'll be waking up at like 1 p.m. getting ready and everything, and by the time I'm out and ordering food, it's like 3 p.m. So does that still count as breakfast? You know that meme where it's like, every day we stray further away from God? For me, it's every day I'm just contemplating about if I should just trade this car in and get like a Honda Civic and be a normal, decent human being. Not even like a SI or a Type R, just a regular Honda Civic. 150 horsepower to the crank. But then it gets me thinking, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so boring and quiet to drive. It has no character, so maybe not. Don't get me wrong, because I love this car, right? But it almost feels like as if the more I open the hood, the more problems it gets, which I guess it's somewhat normal, right? Because I mean, I got this car in March 2016, so it's just past 5 years ownership for me, and it has about 46,000 miles. So it's not gonna be perfect all the way through. Problems will arise, and I guess most of my problems weren't even like super major. I guess I don't have a sunroof, so I didn't have to deal with any leaks. I've had my water pump recall done, which wasn't even a real recall. They just found it because I cracked my oil pan and they were looking under it and they were like, your water pump is leaking, so you want to replace that too? So I was like, might as well. I've had the fuel pump recall thing done, and I think right now the only recall that I haven't done is like the DSG parking sensor, and once in a while it pops up on my dash. It's like, service needed, put it in P only, and then 5 seconds later it goes away. And I guess you can say that that's like normal recalls that most cars will have, you know, not specifically those items, but some type of recall, right? And all the other problems that I've had thus far is kind of my own doing. I've changed my spark plugs twice because stage 2 tune. My downpipe broke because shitty aftermarket downpipe. I had to buy another stock exhaust because I hated my muffler delete. And today I'm gonna jack up my car to see what's going on under it, because I hear a new metallic rattle. And my theory on what it could be is probably my downpipe, which again is aftermarket. So I guess we can say that if I just don't mod or touch this car at all, it would save me a whole lot of headache and time, right? So I guess in the grand scheme of things, this car hasn't been too bad in terms of problems. Close to 50,000 miles, so I don't know, maybe the right thing to do is just trade it in, get rid of it, and, you know, let the next owner deal with whatever major might happen. You know, turbo going out, transmission, whatever engine problems, which I have not had any of those yet, so knock on wood. That seems like the most logical thing to do, right? Given how long I've had this car, because a lot of my original, all of my OEM Mk7 friends that I've met from when I first got this car already traded theirs in a while ago. You know, they already got rid of their GTI and they've hit like 100,000 miles. You know, I guess I'm not close to 100,000 miles yet, but in terms of how long I've had it, that's how long they've had their car. So I guess the most logical thing for me to do would be trade it in, right? If it's giving me problems, then just start over. And what's the path that most people go when they trade in their GTI? I've seen, if somebody has had a Mk7, they go to like the Mark 7.5, and a very common one is like a Mk7 GTI, and then they go to a R. For me, that's completely off the table, because I just feel like that's just buying the same car all over again. which I guess you can argue like, oh no, the R is different, all-wheel drive, whatever, blah blah blah. Not really. Like 80% of the car of the R is the GTI, and I'm definitely not gonna buy the same car all over again. And then people are like, oh no, why don't you just wait for the Mark 8? Also, no, I personally feel like, you know, although it is, you know, new generation, Mark 8, all this fancy stuff, I think it's still the E80, 88, platform is still MQB. Performance wise, you know, it might just get a bump, horsepower bump here and there, which I don't know why a lot of people try to like bring that up as an argument, where it's like, oh, the Mark 8, it's gonna be so cool, so new, because it has a horsepower bump. It's gonna be 20 more horsepower faster than the Mark 7 GTI, which who cares? For us, we're not keeping it stock anyways, so why does it matter whatever stock horsepower it has, right? We're tuning it, we're modding it, and it's gonna go way faster than stock anyways. But in terms of like styling, like interior, like feel and look, I feel like that's also gonna be very similar to the Mark 7. So again, I'm not buying the same car all over again, right? So I'm no Mark 8 for me. And a lot of people go from like the Volkswagen Mark 7 to like the A3 S3 or even RS3. That I can be somewhat more on board with. Definitely not an A3 because that's just a GTI in sedan form. S3, Golf R in sedan form. I'm not too into sedans actually. I'd rather have a hatch or a wagon. RS3, I would love RS3, but I think they come out to like what, like 50, 60K for MSRP. At that point, I feel like I would rather just go a completely different route and just go get the new Supra, which is about the same price. And I know some of you might argue like, oh, but the RS3 is so much faster, all-wheel drive, 5-cylinder, blah blah blah. True, but at the same time, I'm somewhat bored of it. I've just seen a lot of those, and ridden passenger in a lot of those, and it's just somewhat boring to me. So for the same price of like RS3, 50, 60K, I'd rather go a completely different route and just go get like a Supra and just have something completely new that I completely don't understand and just start learning again from that. And in the same price range, I might even rather have a Tesla, a Model 3. Not because I'm some environmental yippee hippie thing, but I just want that instant electric torque. But then also it's just because something completely new, completely different from, in that Euro vag scene. The only other thing I might be more down for would be like an SQ5, right? And then you put bags on it and drop it. That would be sick. But who knows, all this is just speculation. For now, I'm just stuck with this, which isn't bad, Don't think like I hate my car or something. I still very much like it, very much. I freaking dropped rice under my seat, so now I gotta go find it. Okay, so it sounds like it's coming from like right under the carpet, this area. And I thought it was just like stuff that's in my car, but I took everything out and it's still there. And then, because sometimes they also hear it on startup. Okay. Like a little click, so. Let's see if that car goes. That little.
Yeah, I heard it.
I'm sure we can do it again.
Like one of the clamps, the actual bolt for the clamp is like a quarter of an inch from that brace. It's like a brace in the middle of the body of the car. Yeah. The one you should take off to put in the downpipe?
Yeah.
It's like a quarter of an inch away. Like I think with enough vibration it would touch.
Okay.
Basically.
That's not touching it though, is it?
This is what I thought at first, but no, it's not touching. And then you shake it, and like if you see the movement here, like maybe.
Could it be down there after the resonator? Yeah.
Down here. No, it's got space. I put my whole hand in it. Here, I'm not sure if you can see it from there,
Yeah,
but like
I see.
it's like right up against the
Yeah,
actual
it's like touching.
prong. So I'm not sure if there maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it's. I don't know. Maybe here. I mean, if
It
it's.
looks like here, but it's not touching.
Yeah. Right. I mean, alright. I guess it's nothing serious.
No. If you want to start it while I'm down here, maybe you can see something.
Sure.
Do it again.
Is this a roller coaster? I'm going up. I'm going up like the steepest hill ever. What the heck? Oh my god. If something didn't break before, it's definitely broken now. All these goddamn potholes. So apparently nothing's wrong with the car. It's just something might be hitting one of the braces. But when we were hitting it, right? Well, when he was hitting it, because my fat ass couldn't fit under the car. I mean, we reproduced the noise when we were tapping on it, but then we couldn't figure out what was causing it. It sounded like something that was inside the reducer, but everything cleared. Downpipe, cat bag, everything. Nothing was hitting anything. No idea. It might just be like a clamp or bolt or something somewhere that we couldn't find. You know, I don't really care about the noise. I just wanted to double check. And I just wanted to double check and make sure that it wasn't nothing serious. You know, if I ever take this car on like a road trip and my whole freaking, you know, downpipe falls off or something. Because for some reason I thought it was gonna be like the dog bone mount insert broke or something catastrophic, and I feel like I went the wrong way. When it was up on the ramps and I started it, went in reverse, couldn't hear it, but now I still somewhat hear it. And it still somewhat sounds like it's coming from the cabin. So I don't know. I mean, as long as it's nothing serious, my engine isn't gonna fall out from under me, we're cool. And I guess that's about it for this merge for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully on a more positive note, right? See ya.